Welcome to Melanin Man Travels. Your passport to freedom, fulfillment, and financial independence awaits you. We're breaking barriers, building legacies, one journey at a time. Are you ready to level up your life and write your own global success story? Let's go. Hey fam, I want to talk to you a little bit about how I am exercising my power in retirement. One of the ways is through investing. Investing allows me to secure and grow my net worth. The second way is through being a voting shareholder within a corporation. So let's get to it. I consider myself more of a simple investor. Most of my portfolio is in ETFs. ETFs are exchange traded funds. Basically, ETFs allow me to invest in multiple companies across the total stock market, mainly by following the S&P 500. How I invest, why I choose ETFs, and why I follow the S&P 500 are topics for another video. However, I will say that investing has been an essential element in growing my money and growing my net worth, as well as hedge against inflation, which we'll talk about later. Here's a disclaimer for you. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a financial planner, nor am I a financial expert. I am not sharing financial advice, but simply I'm sharing with you what has worked well for me and in my life. So you need to make your own financial decisions and consult a professional when you think it's appropriate. Let's peek at my Fidelity account. Here is a snapshot of one of my accounts. Over a 3-year period, my investments in these various ETFs have earned significant growth. The dollar amount that I've earned isn't as important here because theoretically, the growth percentages that I have earned would have remained the same if I had invested $100, $1,000, or $10,000, not taking into consideration the compound interest. Personally, I've invested in a few corporations in addition to the ETFs. Investing directly in a company can be riskier than investing in the diversity that an ETF provides. So just be aware. The two highlighted examples are Apple and Procter & Gamble. I'm sure you're familiar with both of them. Now, I've not held these stocks for too long, but you can see Apple has been a good choice for me, as I've earned over 43% so far. Although Procter & Gamble is slightly more than 13%, these earnings are greater than any high-yield savings account would pay out. Now, I've invested in high-yield savings accounts as well, so I'm not knocking them at all. Later in this video, I'm going to share with you how exercising my power as a Procter & Gamble investor and shareholder has benefited not just me, but the Black community. Before I go further into my ETF investments, I want to shout out two of my friends who in this investment space have allowed me to gain a lot of knowledge. I recommend that you go follow Sandra with From Lack to Legacy and Dee with Brown Girls Trade Too. Not only have these two Black women further opened my eyes to the world of investing, each of them has invested in me and in the creation of this YouTube channel. Sandra has taught me some invaluable lessons on how to navigate this world of content creation. Dee has encouraged me to invest in the same companies that I purchase products from. And since I own a lot of Apple products, it makes total sense that I own stock there. Please do yourself a big favor, go over to their YouTube channels and become a subscriber. Now, as you can see in the 3 circled examples, my money has grown by almost 42% in FXAIX, over 32% in FZROX, and almost 30% in FNILX. These specific ETFs were purchased online through my brokerage account at Fidelity. Now, there are other online brokerage firms available to the public that offer similar products. It's all a matter of personal preference. Let's compare these earnings to the current inflation rate, which at the time of this video is about 3%. How does the inflation rate impact your money? As inflation rises, the purchasing power of your money loses value over time. For example, if I hid $1,000 in my mattress for a year, will it be worth $1,000 12 months later? Will it have grown in value? The answer to both of these questions is a resounding no. Due to inflation, your $1,000 will lose about 3% of its value. So it'll actually be worth $970 at the end of that year. And because you didn't invest it, you wouldn't have gained anything more. Now let's say we took that same $1,000 and we invested it in an ETF like FXAIX for a year. The current annual rate of return for this fund is about 22%. Now you might be wondering, why not the 42% that I mentioned that I've gained before? Because of compound interest that I've earned by investing over time and reinvesting my gains over that 3-year period. That's a topic for another video. So, at the end of the year, my $1,000 investment in this ETF would have earned me $220, which is 22%, bringing my total to $1,220. Even if I subtract the loss from inflation, the 3%, which is about $30, I still would have gained $190 on this money. So, where should you keep your money? In a mattress or in a brokerage account? I don't want to oversimplify investing because there are inherent risks. However, the old adage says, with great risks come great reward. And in my experience, the reward has definitely been greater than the risk. Are you still with me? If this type of content is helpful to you, please leave a comment and share what your experience has been with investing. If you want to know more about my investing journey and how it's impacted my life living abroad, please like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to share this video with a friend. Back to Procter & Gamble and exercising my power. Now, I own only 5 shares so far in this company, and this allows me to vote during their annual meeting on issues that affect the company and its employees. Why is this important to me? Because Procter & Gamble has black employees, and I am my brother's keeper. people that I don't even know work there, and my vote has the possibility to change their future for the better. Here's how. This October, Procter & Gamble will be appointing new board members, as well as introducing some new proposals for shareholders like me to vote on. First, there are 2 African Americans who are on the ballot for board appointments at Procter & Gamble. First is B. Mark Allen, an African American man with the Boeing Corporation, and then Deborah Lee, who many of us know from BET. Even though we may not be employees of this company, we still need representation at these higher levels. Second is a proposal that addresses pay gap reporting. That's on the ballot. And according to the information that was provided by an external audit, pay equity and pay inequality are issues at Procter & Gamble. And the current board of directors does not want this information to be disclosed. So the board is recommending that shareholders vote against this reporting. To me, this is just more corporate BS and executive greed. So, in my small corner of the world, I'm using my 5 shares to stand with and to support the Black, brown, and female employees of Procter & Gamble to be paid what they deserve, which basically is the same salary that their white and white male counterparts are paid. Why don't you check out your investment portfolio and see if you own any shares in Procter & Gamble? If you do, you might want to use your power and cast your vote for our people. Shareholders receive emails from Procter & Gamble as well. So if you want to take a search in your email to see if you've received it, then you can find the information that you need so that you can go and cast your vote. In a time where corporations and politicians are desperately trying to strip away our power and our rights, here is one simple way that you can take your power back, even if it's only on behalf of someone else. So, in the words of our Vice President and soon to be President, Kamala Harris for the people, today I'm saying Kevin Giles for the people. Procter & Gamble shareholders, you can say it with me with your vote. And if you're not an investor yet, get in the game. Continue to follow my channel and see what my life abroad and my finances abroad are all about. You'll be glad that you did.